And Jason, this is Arlene Fuino from Coldwell Banker doing the video for 734 15th Street in St. Pete. Hopefully this comes out okay. Today's a rather cloudy, overcast day. Looking directly at the front door of the home. I'm standing in the street, across the street, panning my screen to the left or the south. Right next to the house is a parking lot. Part of the parking lot is for the surgery center of St. Anthony's Hospital. So there is no neighbor there, but it's right next door. Looking down the street, looking south on 15th Street, this gives you an idea of what the neighborhood looks like. One of the nice things of this particular area is that we are on a brick-lined street. Bricks were done way back in the 1920s and never been pulled up. A lot of older homes in the area. Looking across the street, give you an idea of what some of the neighbors' homes look like. This is directly across the street from the house. Parking is at a premium, so sometimes some people will park right on their front lawn, unless the city has a problem with it. Not sure what that brick building, oh no, I'm sorry about that. That's not a brick building. They're doing some construction on that property. And then there is a nearly open lot. Looking towards the north side of 15th Street. Obviously, I'm standing right where there's some cars parked. Looks down the block. And coming up to the house directly next door to the one that you're thinking of seeing. Bear with me as I walk into the home. Going back here, it has a lot of Florida landscape in the front. Could use a little landscape work, but looks fairly nice. Going to try to do this as steady as possible, but to walk and talk and carry the video, sometimes I'm not the greatest, so please forgive me on that. Going into the front doors, we have a little trellis entering with a step up from the sidewalk, a brick-lined front walkway, and then 3 steps up. Looks like they've done a little woodworking on the front patio. It's going to need a little touch-up. The house itself is going to need some updating, some repair work. It is vinyl sided, which is very nice. Doesn't look like it's been recently power washed, something that's important to do here in Florida. Okay, as we enter through the front door, we come right into the living room. Living room has the original hardwood floors. I'm not sure what the size of the room is, but it's in decent size. Current tenant has just a sofa and a TV here. There is a fireplace. I'm guessing it was a working fireplace at one time. Not sure if it still is. Going to my right is the kitchen and dining room. There is the kitchen area. It's not fairly updated. Cabinets are slightly old. Dining room, panning slowly. Formal dining room as they would in the 1920s. Windows have been updated, has a huge chandelier in the front. And because it is tenant occupied, unfortunately, sometimes tenants have things that we don't necessarily need to see. There's a mattress sitting in the dining room. Okay, now heading through the dining room into the kitchen. Give you a better shot of the kitchen. Wood cabinets, but they're definitely older. It is a gas stove. Here in Florida, finding gas in some of our homes is rather unusual, but most of the homes are on electric. Panning a little bit to the left, some more cabinets. Open space under here. Possibly, originally thought it could go for a dishwasher. However, not sure, that should be a water line. Not sure if we could do a dishwasher on that side. There is no dishwasher. Oh, my mistake. Take that all back. Maybe you could put a wine cooler over there because there is a dishwasher. It's right where it should be, next to the sink. Kitchen is probably, I'd say, 9 by 9, 10 by 10 square. You cannot put a table in here, but it does have that breakfast counter. Going back behind the kitchen is a little vestibule area to the back door. And then as we get to the back door, we look to the left, and what I would call the master bedroom. The current homeowner, the current tenant, is using it as the bedroom, again with the hardwood floors there. A small closet behind curtain number 1 over here. Not sure how deep it is, so I'm going to move forward and pull a curtain back. Not very much closet space. Rather small. But in our older homes, these 1920 homes, that's not unusual. What's interesting, which I just found along the bedside, is this built-in set of stairs. I'm going to guess in the original home there was a back staircase going upstairs. Not sure why the stairs were left if they closed up a staircase. But that is kind of just sitting there right now. Okay, walking out of the bedroom, and I'm trying to go slowly and not shake this camera too much. Directly across from the bedroom is the downstairs bathroom. There was some updating done in here. There is an updated sink and toilet and a mirror right above the sink, just hung onto the wall because behind the sink are 2 windows. So it's a very unusual setup. And behind the door, we have a tub and shower. Typical tub and shower of the early days, but has been renovated at some time. So forgive me as I turn around again, and going to go towards that back door and try not to fall down the stairs and show you what the backyard looks like. Now, very, very unusual. We do have a couple of steps coming right out of this back door, as you can see. That is the air conditioning unit right next to it. That looks fairly new. The yard itself is very, very deep. I'm not sure if all of this land actually belongs to this property. I don't have my MLS specs in front of me right now. But for a property in this location, to go back to that far fence is very unusual. I have walked this little pathway that was put down before I started this video. And this pathway was done with whatever stones or pieces of granite or shale someone ever found, and kind of laid them into the sand like that. It made a pathway and then lined it with brick. Where the pathway ends is a 3-foot fence, right where that landscaping is, that plant is, that only a little bit on each side. And then there is a huge 8-foot fence all the way to the back. My question is whether or not this property actually extends all the way back to that 8-foot fence. Unusual for this area if it does. The building that you see behind it, number 709, that's actually part of St. Anthony's Surgery Center. And as we saw in the front of the house, it's to the south side of the house. That is that building that's back there. I hear a motor running. Perhaps you can hear it behind the trees. And I'm going to guess it is a generator or air conditioning unit for the surgery center, which is right there. And this is the side of the house, and then that would be the parking lot. Okay, gonna swing around again, head back into the house and up the stairs. Please bear with me. I'm trying not to shut the video off because it is easier to give this to you all through as one video in YouTube. So you're actually seeing what I'm seeing as I walk through the house. Sorry about that, I almost missed a step. So give me some time, taking my time walking through the kitchen again, Again, that's that mattress sitting in the dining room for whatever reason. Perhaps the tenant is getting ready to vacate. There is your front door, an outside porch. And again, we're walking through the dining room into the shot of the living room we haven't seen, and the stairs to going upstairs. First thing I noticed when I came into the house before I started shooting this is the stairwell. There is no handrail.